Warning, this video contains spoilers for Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. Hey everyone, Ravinous here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. Last time we were able to get the wounded out of Rhalgr's Reach. We're kind of abandoning it for now. We're leaving a small force there. But for now, we are away from it. It's now no longer the Resistance headquarters. But we have now made it to Castle Orange with the wounded. Let's check in with Lise. Kryle is with Y'shtola. She still hasn't woken up, but Kryle says she is through the worst. Given the severity of her wound, we could have hoped for no more. Let us pray she makes a full recovery. We lost a lot of good people, didn't we? Yeah. I saw it happen. When the Skull's commander cut down Mifrid, a single blow and that was it. Everything he fought for, all his hopes and dreams for the future, gone in an instant. And do you want to know the worst part? It wasn't a Garlean who did it. It was an Alamegan. Gods help me if I ever... No, not now. Not while the general is waiting. No, Lise. Yeah, I bet she is having a hard time with this.
Were it not for the swift actions of the Scions and the Alliance, many more would have died. You risked your lives to save ours, and for that we thank you.
There is no need for thanks. We are allies, are we not?
Aye, just so. Let us not dwell on this tragedy, but look to the future.
The future? I'm sorry, General, but there is no future for us. We've lost too many. Gods, I can still see Mifrid with that woman standing over him. They've ripped the heart out of us, General. They've broken us. Our fight is over.
Master Kemp, please.
I'll always hate them with every fiber of my being. For what they took from us then and now. Our homeland, our freedom, our bloody children.
You mean the Skulls? The youths who fight for Xenos?
Grania Lupi, the Black Wolf's legacy and our shame. A unit made up of children born to Alamegan dignitaries who came of age during the occupation. Sons and daughters of Gir Abania, raised to be proud citizens of the Empire, with all the rights and responsibilities that entails. It'd be easy to curse them and call them traitors, but they're our children, our flesh and blood. If the only way to forge the future we want is to cut down our own, then...
Then what was it all for?
Nargo?
What will you say to the families of the fallen? To the mothers, and the widows, and the orphans? Will you tell them it was all for nothing?
Listen to the girl. We dare not suffer our comrades' sacrifices to have been in vain. Now is the time to steel our resolve and press on, painful though it may be.
And when Xenos comes back with his army, what then? This isn't the first time, you know. You'll be hard-pressed to find men brave or stupid enough to face him again.
I still can't believe how strong he was. He humiliated us back there. The Warrior of Light included.
Oh.
God help us if he's next in line to the Garlean throne.
Loath though I am to say it, we should not be surprised. Before succeeding Van Baelsar in Alamigo, Xenos led the Imperial army to Doma, where he crushed the rebellion utterly. As a matter of fact, Doma remains in his charge to this day. Suffice it to say, Varus' heir is a peerless warrior and an accomplished general. The question is, how are we to contend with such a foe?
Let's see, we fight and fight until we win. Let's see. Take the fight to Doma. I have a feeling you're about to tell us. We take the fight to Doma.
Interesting.
Flake 'em.
You are suggesting we kindle the flames of revolution in Doma once more and force Xenos to fight a war on two fronts?
Flake 'em.
For that, there would need to be someone left to fight on this front by the time you got back. Look, I'll not deny the plan as promised, and I feel for our brothers and sisters in Doma, truly I do. But I fear we lack the strength to see it through.
Have faith in your people, Master Kemp. Them and the Scions. Hold fast, rebuild, and when all is in place, we shall defeat Xenos together.
If you're going to Doma, I'm coming too. I want to help our friends there, and make sure nothing like this ever happens again.
Give us the time we need, and we will give you something far greater.
You got
Very
it.
well. For all you have done for us, we will fight on. But be swift, comrades. Alamigo has suffered enough.
So the goal is to draw his attention east. So that way we can hit him from the west. Alright. It's good military strategy, so... Alright. I've called upon the Stillglade Fane to send every available conjurer, no matter how inexperienced, to help with the wounded. I pray it'll be enough. If the rumors are to be believed, this is not the first time Xenos has spared his foes. They say he abides by an unusual code and takes pleasure in the fight. Whatever his reasons, we must use this time to our advantage. I wish you well on your journey, my friend. Let us pray that we meet again. Our fortunes will be much changed. Or when we meet again, yeah. He's slightly too far away. Go. There we go. How in Libya's name did they find their reach? I thought their glamours were impregnable. You said your piece, yes? Now, return to bed, please. Now, would you please return to bed? You'll never recover if you carry on like this. You gods, the pain. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Can't deny a part of me wants to stay and fight, but I know I'd be more of use to you and the others. Got a long road ahead of us, but it all begins with the first step. We'll stay in the Reach and rebuild. We'll reinforce our defenses, and if they come again, we'll be ready. So we fight on, come what may. Sentiment notwithstanding, what other choice did we have? Goes without saying, but the Scions alone have not the strength to topple a provincial government, here or anywhere else. And I am quite certain the same could be said of the Doman Liberation Front. Nevertheless, we can but go and assess the situation for ourselves and see what can be done. Lest you doubt what good we can accomplish, I would remind you that my grandfather and his 12 disciples once journeyed to these lands to save Eorzea and her people from certain doom. Brave souls with an impossible task, and Eorzea lives on. Stay hydrated. Our present mission may not be as monumental in scope, but is no less important to the multitudes whom we free from Imperial opposition, whom we will free. Alright. Let us go with... Maybe we're scouting. Let's go scouting. Put that with the other. Alright, it looks like I have a couple side quests. Zoom in. There we go. We got 2 side quests. We'll do those next. Because I have a feeling that continuing main story is going to lead us out of here. Oh, you have 2 side quests for me. Okay, the Hidden Truth. Ravinous of the Immortal Flames. A moment, if you would. The Alliance has seen fit to charge the Twin Adder with overseeing occupation of Castrum Orange for the interim. As an adventurer, I realize it is your wont to attend matters both great and small in all quarters of the realm. Though it should go without saying that you must also uphold your obligations to the Immortal Flames and the Eorzean Alliance. Thus, I would ask you for your aid in reconnaissance missions here in the fringes. Pray speak with Lieutenant Moloch when you are ready to receive a briefing. She will be overseeing the operation. Alright. And the other one. Good evening, Ravinous. Still fighting a good fight, I take it? Would that we had more soldiers like you. I cannot speak for the mortal flames of the Maelstrom, but we of the Twin Adder are not accustomed to combat in such wide open expanses. The beasts that roam these lands are quite dangerous, and to be frank, our new recruits are simply not up to the task of fending them off. For you, I imagine, it would be like crushing ants underfoot. That is why I'd ask you to give my men a brief lesson in combat by slaying the ant lions at Pike Falls. I've instructed them to stay well out of sight, so you should have no trouble fighting without distraction. When you've finished, any advice you can offer them would no doubt be invaluable to their training. Alright. Up here. Let's get your request before I move on to the other one real quick. You need more samples? Oh, you're the adventurer from before. Have you come for more work? Because I could certainly do with an extra hand or two. My analysis of the samples you brought me is coming along quite nicely, but there's one more area I would have you investigate. There's a cavern southeast of here called Comet's Tail, so named for the glowing ore covering the walls and ceiling, as if the gods themselves captured starlight and placed it there. Despite its supposed beauty, however, I have heard reports that the area has been adversely affected by pollution. As before, I need you to produce 3 samples of the soil and one of the water so I can ascertain the truth of what has happened there. Yep, and yours... Do my eyes deceive me? It can't be, but it is. Ravinous Currahee, the Griffin's Bane himself. Yeah, I kind of punched that guy a lot. Yes, the great hero defeated the Griffin atop Belsar's wall, bringing his plans of conquest to a shuddering halt. I can think of no other title that so aptly befits your prowess. A pity no one else seems to think so. Ahem, but that's enough of that. What brings the illustrious Griffin's Bane to Castor Morans? Need help out. Serpent Marshal Brookstone has requested you assist my investigation. This is such an honor. I'll do my best not to disappoint you. Ah, goodness me, where are my manners? Tala Moloch, military records officer at your service. I cannot offer much in the way of combat, but if you should have any inquiries regarding historical matters, you only need ask. Now then, let me appraise you of our current situation. Shortly after taking control of Castrum Orange, we discovered a number of confidential documents left behind by the Garleans. Prisoner records dating back to the beginning of Alamigo's occupation. As you might have guessed, a great many were conscripted and sent away to subjugate new territories. A surprisingly large number were executed, as a reminder of what would happen should any step out of line. What we weren't expecting, however, was a number of prisoners listed simply as whereabouts unknown. We thought perhaps they met some ill fortune during their imprisonment or even escaped, but we could find no other documents to suggest what became of them. Be they living or deceased, it is now our duty to find them, not just for our own records, mind you, but the loved ones as well. They deserve the peace of mind knowing what happened here. Would that this were a recent incident, though. It would be no easy task ascertaining the whereabouts after 20 years, but I believe I know where we might begin our investigation. Then not to have called these lands home for long before the Alamegans came to settle here. And as luck would have it, the Resistance has established cordial relations with their people. Perhaps they remember something of what happened all those years ago. Alright. And you would be over here, yes? Over here, over here, over here. I certainly hope that Nanta remembers something of use. Alamegan prisoners captured 20 years ago. Yes, I remember. When the Garleans contained their foothold here, they interned any and everyone. Striders, Ananta, it mattered not. Most were forced to serve the Garlean military, dispatched to other lands from which they would never return. If I am not mistaken, the prisoners who remained were taken to a small village to the south. I cannot say what transpired there, but the settlement was heavily guarded. I fear the worst for them. A settlement to the south? Why that would have to be Bittermill. I recall records of its residents seeking asylum in Gordania, where the Garleans first arrived, but the place was all but razed to the ground. Let us begin our search there. Perhaps something of value still remains in the rubble. Alright. So, where are our quest objectives? Okay, they're all heading south. So we'll hit them one at a time. Go as we need. Alright, alright. Yes, I'm pretty sure that the main story is going to leave this area for Doma. Maybe that's what we talked about. But let's finish up some business here first. Get a little bit more experience. And move on. See, one of the reasons I'm really making sure to do the side quest is I didn't do that in Heavensward, and because I wanted to save them for leveling up other classes. But by doing so, I ran into a situation where I needed to kind of go back and do side quests anyway to get the experience to continue on with the main story. So I decided we're just, and I realized that they had designed it for you to do those side quests for the experience as needed. Alright. This place was supposed to be deserted. Oh, you're a Garlean. You're a Garlean too. And you are hurt. What are Garleans doing here? They cannot be allowed to leave. Get them. Alright. How about I punch you? Featherfoot, save me. Oh, you bastard. You have footwork, which I imagine is like... You have Featherfoot, you jackass. Oh, you deserve this. You still have Featherfoot, asshole. Oh, there's another one. Well, at least you don't have Featherfoot. I'm not as mad at you, but you are trying to kill my bird, so there you go. Whoa! You're gonna die because you're a coward now. Okay. Yeah, I figured this was going to be a quest chain. Goodness, that's smarts. Perhaps I should have devoted more time to combat training. Though no amount of training would make me a match for the renowned Griffin's Bane, that was a magnificent display. Garlean soldiers were certainly the last thing I'd expect to find in these abandoned and otherwise forgotten buildings. I managed to catch them unawares, but I'm quite certain that this investigation would have ended poorly had you not arrived. Still, I find it quite curious. By all rights, the Garleans should be too busy contending with the Resistance to waste time in a place like this. What were they doing here? I'm afraid our search for answers has only raised more questions. If we are to make sense of any of this, we must search this place from top to bottom, after my heart returns to my chest. Yep, breathe. How are we doing on Aether Currents anyway? Let us take a look. Alright, so I have three more quest ones. You alright? Sorry to keep you waiting. I fear the battlefield is no place for a bookworm. If the gods are kind, we'll encounter no further distractions. Now let's begin our search. We're like to cover more ground if we split up. Hopefully there are still some trace of the prisoners left here. Alright. Alright, locked door. The cloying stench of rotting debris fills your nostrils. You are unable to discern where the odor is coming from. Rotting debris. Footprints. Upon closer inspection of the ground, you see footprints. Some of them appear to be fresh. Interesting. Anything down there? Alright. Back here maybe? We'll take a look. Probably not, because we're slightly outside the circle. Let's see. Hop down here. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, there we go. There's our number 3. Recording a lot of videos, so it's taking a lot out of me. Alright, deserted house. The house is much too clean to have been abandoned for 20 years. Somebody living in there now, maybe? Or at least recently. Alright. Waiting for her to get back. Stay hydrated. There you are. Oh, you found somebody. Oh, Ravinous, thank goodness. I found somebody while inspecting the houses. He seems unwell. Unwell? Unwell? No, definitely not. Certainly not. Yes, we're quite fine. But what of you? A little girl dressed in strange clothes. Quite strange, quite strange. What? You have some nerve. Regardless of how I look, I'm a ranking officer of the Order of the Twin Adder, thank you very much. Now, who are you, and what business do you have here? Who? Yes, who? An excellent question. You are you, but who are we? Yes, we would like to know very much, very much. You don't remember? Well, is there anything you can remember? Remember. Yes, something about this place. Something familiar, quite familiar. Ravinous is only a hunch, mind you, but I suspect he is not from this place. Considering he is Ellison, he's likely a Gridanian escaped from the Garleans, or perhaps... Could he be one of the missing prisoners? It would certainly explain the Garlean soldiers from before. We need to take him back for questioning. Excuse me, sir, but would you be willing to come back with us? At the very least, it would be more comfortable than these dilapidated houses, and we may even be able to help you recover your memory. Memories, sweet memories. Yes, I would I would like them very much, very much. Alright then, let's return to Castle Orons. My browbeating commander will likely wish to meet you. I suppose it can't be helped. Alright. But that takes us back, so we might as well do the other ones while we're out here. Alright. So, to Pike Falls, we're going to beat up some ants. Beat up some ant lions. To be fair, I've done my fair share of beating up some of them, simply because they're around the last bottleneck we were at. You guys are creepy looking. That's okay. I can still punch you. Oh, I see him hiding over there. Look at him. He's watching me fight. That's how you kill them. With a swift uppercut. Hi. Wasn't expecting the antlions to be so tough. Well, they're not. You just punch them a lot, and they die. Simple. But to be fair, I am the Warrior of Light, so I punch things real good. Oh, I see you down there. Okay, you're not one of my targets, but you're interesting. Alright. Gotcha. Okay, you're not one of my targets, though. You are one of my targets. I wonder if they can, they can see me from here. I don't know, probably. Oh, you're going after my chocobo. You need to die now. Oh, if I was one of them, I'd actually hide up there. That'd be a good hiding spot. Alright, you are dead. I can quickly just do that. Yeah, we're not getting past that bridge anytime soon. Alright. Uppercut, tornado kick, done. Alright. Oh no, I need to speak to the recruits. Oh, that's right, I need to give them some advice first. Well, I found where one of them was. The other one, I guess, is over here. There you are. How'd you like that? It's an honor to meet you, sir. To watch you fight was quite inspiring. Tell me, do you have any tactics in mind before engaging the Antlions? Not their weak points. Only to keep swinging until victory was assured. I see. Yes, I suppose all enemies will eventually yield to your superior strength. I have much more training ahead of me, don't I? I guess that wasn't helpful. I just told him to train more, essentially. Whoops. Nah, he'll be fine. Essentially, be so strong where tactics don't matter. But I'm a monk, so I don't fight like you, these guys, anyway. You were over here. Hello, hello. Ravinous Curry of the Mortal Flames. The rumors of your prowess do no justice to what I just witnessed. What is your secret? Let's see. No, they don't seem to just work out in my favor. Yeah, keep moving, wait for an opening. Then uppercut. See your nimble footwork firsthand. It is hard to refute the truth of that. Truth be told, I'm a rather clumsy fellow, but I will practice every day until I'm as sure-footed as the illustrious Ravinous Curry. Pray excuse me, I need time to think on this. Good, so both of them just, I need to charge up again. So both of them took away train more. Be more powerful, be awesome. And that's why I'm doing these side quests, is so I can train up. Be more powerful, be more awesome. See? It's, putting my advice to practice. Oh, look at that guy, though. That's pretty cool looking. I have fought... No, I haven't fought quite that large before. I've fought stuff that look like that, but not at that scale. Interesting. Alright. Time to get the samples, and then back to the caster. So, right down here. There's our destination. Oh, this is all 70s. Let's not mess with those guys. I'll have to mess with you, though. You know what? Let's mess with both of you while we're at it. Just so I can collect the sample in peace. Alright. Oh, you do that. And uppercut. And tornado kick. There we go. Took them down. And sample. Thank you. Alright. Good, good. More samples. Get everything we need. Oh, wait, that was the water sample from the fishy area. That makes sense. I'll grab this. Alright, all done. Let's return to the castrum. Yep. Poof. Alright. As for both of those, I believe. So let me go over here. Give her her samples. Here you go. Did you have any trouble procuring samples? Nope, not at all. Yes, this is perfect. Perhaps someday soon we can restore the cave to what it once was. You see, the Comet's Trail was once a place of worship. Legend has it that as the great flood of the Sixth Umbral Calamity swept across Eorzea, Ralgr cast a great beacon into the sky to lead his people to safety. That beacon would one day fall to Earth, and its remains are what illuminate that cave. The Alamegans place altars within, and would often visit to offer up their praise to Ralgr. Of course, it all changed when the Garleans came. No one is certain for what purpose the cave was closed off, but some say it was used as a crude weapons research facility. Whatever the truth may be, I will find it and restore what was once taken from the Alamegans. When that day comes, I hope you'll go and pay Comet's Tale a visit. Good. I know we're running a little short on time, but let's see if we can finish this up. Let's see. Talk to you. You have nothing to say. If he really is one of the missing prisoners, this could be a defining moment of my career. Even Serpent Marshal Brookstone is sure to take notice. Alright. Let's go. Good role model for the soldiers. Welcome back. The men seem transformed having met you, though I suppose you're accustomed to having that effect on people. Sadly, I have no memorable acts of daring with which I can inspire them. Still, I'm heartened to know that there are those like you whom they can look up to, who will inspire them to train harder. I'll be the first to admit I was skeptical when they first began enlisting adventurers in the Grand Companies, but I'm glad my doubts were proven unfounded. Safe travels, Ravinous. Alright. Possibly one of the missing prisoners, you say? I expected such wild claims from Lieutenant Mullock, but if you would corroborate her reports, perhaps this warrants investigation. Until further notice, he shall stay under the protection of the Eorzean Alliance. Sir, with all due respect, you cannot just... Lieutenant Mullock, get this man a hot meal and a warm bed. When he's had a bit of rest, we'll see what he knows of Bittermill and the Garleans. It should not be long before we reach a resolution to all this. You are free to wait here until she finishes questioning our new detainee. Alright. But before we continue on, we are out of time for this episode, so in the next we will finish this up and head to the main story, because we're headed east. So, if you enjoyed this, give it a like. Any thoughts, comments down below. If you haven't subscribed, click on my beautiful face. If you'd like to support these videos, check out my Patreon, and thank you for watching. Till next time, later.